Just before we came on air, I spoke to James Woolsey, a former director of the Central Intelligence Agency. I asked him if he believed this report has put lives in danger.
I think it's quite probably has, yes. This controversy is an important one, and it was important for it to be argued out and dealt with all along, ever since 9/11. But it should have been then and should be now done in a classified way. Going public with this material could seriously put at risk both the lives of our military and intelligence officers overseas and also our ability effectively to cooperate with other countries and have them, including Britain, want to work with us. If they think everything is going to be rethought and rethought and rethought and people associated with it potentially prosecuted, I would think there'd be a great deal of reluctance to working with the Americans.
But what is so devastating about this report is that the most dreadful things were done, locking a man in a box for 19 days, banging people's heads against the wall, waterboarding to the point at which people practically drowned, all sorts of behaviors which are completely at variance with America's own beliefs and understandings. And under those circumstances, surely would you not accept things went badly wrong?
Well, in early 1942, the Germans landed several American Nazis and German troops, clandestine troops on Long Island in order to undertake sabotage. They were captured and the trial was very quick, and the Americans who were involved were hanged. And the Supreme Court upheld it unanimously. In times in which you are threatened, in circumstances of that sort, the rules can be somewhat different under American constitutional law.
And so you would not have had this published, and you don't believe really that the American people at this stage should know anything about it at all?
It's not the American people that are the problem, it's the enemy. If we could limit the dissemination of this to the American people, I'd even say the American and the British people, that'd be fine. Of course, it's completely impractical. Once you publish something like this, the enemy begins to know what you're going to do, how you're going to do it, how you plan, how you operate, and other people don't trust you to work with you, or may well not trust you to work with you, because they know how much your enemy knows. So the problem is not the American people, the problem is the terrorists.
Well, do you accept that there's a danger it may still be going on? We reported last night from Somalia, where there's plenty of evidence that a lot of this sort of behavior is continuing.
Of course it's continuing. Anybody who reads the papers knows that ISIS is at least as involved in chopping off people's heads as Khalid Sheikh Mohammed was with a Wall Street Journal reporter. The Islamist movement, whether it's Al-Qaeda or ISIS,
yeah, but the issue is that American torture may still be going on.
Well, I don't believe there is any reason to believe that any of the undertakings that have been now banned, such as waterboarding, are still going on. But I must say that if waterboarding is torture, it's a very peculiar kind of torture, because it's a kind of torture in which a large number of our special forces, Navy SEALs and the rest, are subjected to it as part of their training. And it's a kind of torture in which a number of authors and journalists subjected themselves to it so they could write better articles about waterboarding. Now, it is a brutal and painful, I'm told, process, but compared to pulling out someone's fingernails, waterboarding is not the kind of thing that often has gone historically under the nomenclature of torture.